Hey guys, it's Jag. Welcome back to the arcade. Let's get back to just another game, Batman Arkham Asylum. Last time we took down our very first boss, Bane, which I'm actually sort of pleased with because I was expecting that to be very difficult. And I think we actually did fairly well after a few attempts. But now we need to head to the Batcave, and I'm pretty sure I know exactly where that is and exactly who's going to get in my way, namely these guys right here. So let's see if I remember how to fight in this game, because it has been a few days and I'm probably rusty. Getting a critical strike off the bat isn't that bad. I will actually take that hit to knock that guy out, although I was kind of hoping that I could counter. And it's kind of funny that I can kick that guy on the ground. Maybe he's not actually... No, he was not actually knocked out. That's somewhat disappointing. Especially now that these guys are like so far apart that my free flow combat is pretty well broken up. So, not the cleanest, but they're down. Let's see, I'm not really gonna pick up any of the Riddler trophies in Arkham North just yet, because we actually are going to visit here a few times, and I'd rather come back and sweep them through with a few more upgrades. And we're gonna have to get one of those upgrades by going to the Batcave, which is not the way through the locked door, apparently. Really digging the music in this area. Although, I have to admit, like, it's kind of frustrating to do my outro cards with the music from this game because apparently they're pretty protective of their music, and even 20 seconds of it is getting me copyright claimed, which is not bad. They are letting me use the music in my videos. They are going to have ads on my videos. I will not be able to monetize these videos, but it's better than having these videos brought down. But it's kind of funny that I usually don't have this problem using game music. Like, the only time that I've really had this problem up to this point was putting up music for, or putting up outro cards for Lollipop Chainsaw, and that was because that was actually, you know, the RIAA getting on my tail. Like, even though this is in the game, we want our cut because we're the RIAA and these songs have been around forever. But yeah, I'm getting copyright flagged because of my outro music, which is kind of funny. Honestly though,
Dead Man's Point. It's been a favorite suicide location on Arkham Island for over 100 years.
Yeah, I know. I once saved an unfortunate inmate from leaping off into the rocks below. I found a cave entrance and over the years have moved a number of supplies here. It's a regular home away from home.
Honestly, I really like the fact that a lot of companies are letting you use their resources, you know, for a cut. I'm coming into Let's Playing at a much better time than a lot of people were, which closed down a bunch of channels. I shouldn't have to deal with that. I'm actually was very surprised that I'm not getting flagged for using the Batman the Animated Series clips, which you guys have really responded well to those. I'm glad you guys are enjoying them as much as I am. There's a solution to the riddle in there, and we still can't solve it, so we're gonna ignore it for now. Let's beat these guys up, because otherwise I can't do a whole lot. And you have a knife. I actually can't remember if it's Arkham Asylum or Arkham City. There is one more combo technique using the cape, and that is beating down inmates with body armor. You have to stun them and then use a combo attack of just square on them and just beat them in the stomach to knock them out. And I actually find that much more difficult than almost any other inmate in the game, other than the shield inmates. Mostly just because you absolutely have to focus on those guys and you leave yourself open unless you are really good at comboing. But I am skipping a bunch of trophies that we could get. Well, I might snag this one if it's right here. Can we get it? Is that behind the wood or in front of the wood? It's hard to tell. One of each. Well, we'll snag this one. We will be getting a bunch of trophies later on, and I don't want, like, I'm still trying to find the balance between gathering trophies in open areas and ignoring them for later. I've mentioned it before, it's much easier for me to do these trophies inside the buildings because we're going from room to room to room. And the outer areas, they're not as structured. But here's a Chronicle of Arkham.
As Gotham's veins slowly filled with pain and suffering, the effects were felt everywhere. My father fell first, infected by some foul disease. My mother lived on, but only in a dream. I returned to the family home to care for her, where she remained in her bed for as long as her body continued to breathe. Her tears kept me awake at night.
Now, I'm honestly not sure if some of you guys may be already able to recognize that voice and identify who the Spirit of Arkham is, but I'm not going to spoil it for a while. Let's go ahead and get an upgrade though. What do I want to upgrade? I could do a combo move. I'm not good at the combo moves. In fact, I'm not really sure how to pull them off. Like, even achieving a combo score of 8, some of the button presses are not the most intuitive. Kind of want to keep going for health, just to get it out of the way. But then we have the battering power, the twin battering. This is actually kind of cool. The remote control battering is kind of cool. Let's go for health. Can do gadget upgrades later. So we'll go with the armor upgrade V3. Ultra strong micro plating developed by Wayne-Tech layered between the regular armor and the undersuit. Gives us a 3rd health bar. We only have one more that we can get anyway. So once we get full health, I'll relax a little bit more. Although, like I said, I really thought the Bane fight was the first test. And in a way, it kind of is. It teaches you what the boss battles are going to be like. Generally, you're going to have one big guy, and then you're going to have several small minion waves. And there are some exceptions to that rule. But situational awareness is going to be a very, very important skill. And the Bane encounter teaches you that. Like, you have to fight in the foreground while keeping an eye on the background constantly. I can think of another fight in the game that's going to be even more important on, in particular. And of course, never mind, I'm not going to talk anymore about that. No spoilers.
Countermeasures. Security deactivated.
One of the coolest parts of the game, and unfortunately you don't get to come down here more than twice. But I love that scene. That's a badass scene right there. And of course, we have the Batcave. Oh man, even if it isn't the Batcave, it's a Batcave. It's still damn cool.
Dr. Young was heading up a project. It was big, lots of external funding. Here are the last notes she filed. I can't make sense of it. What does it mean?
Looks like she was experimenting on the Arkham patients. This new chemical only barely resembles the original Venom compound.
There are a number of changes that appear to amplify the strength of the drug. Multiple references to a Titan formula. Even a small amount could trigger a Venom-like transformation in the host, eliminating the need for the storage tank Bane requires.
Hang on. These notes aren't complete. The formula is missing. That must be the secret Dr. Young is hiding. If Joker gets his hands on this, he will create an army of 1,000 Banes.
My God. Is Joker crazy enough to do that? What am I saying? You've got to stop him.
And we get a brand new toy. This grapnel attachment can be used to grab and pull objects from a distance. The bat claw can also attach to enemies. That's going to be really important as well later on. But right now, we now have a way to access some of those vents that we didn't before. Some.
I'm going after her. She was heading to the mansion with cash. I'm going up top via the catacombs.
Of course, these crates are in our way, so let's select our bat claw, which is on the bottom. And grab them, pull, bingo. Who leaves that kind of a mess around? Not Batman. This will be useful for opening vents remotely. It will not be useful for opening some of those covered walls remotely. We need yet another upgrade before we'll be able to do anything like that. But this should open up a few possibilities for some of those trophies that we've left behind.
Sorry, boss. Took a little longer to find them than you figured it would.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll try and be more precise next time I'm planning an island takeover.
Hey, I didn't mean...
What criticism I can take? I mean, I'm not perfect. Well, come to think of it, I'm pretty close to perfect, aren't I? Where was I? Oh, yes. Criticism from a worm like you. A worm who's only crawling around free because I arranged to open his cell is something I will not tolerate.
I'm sorry, boss. I didn't mean it like that. Please.
Oh, we'll see now you're apologetic. I'll just have someone drive round to your house and break your wife's legs, okay?
But Joker!
You got a problem with my generous nature?
No, I guess not. Thanks.
Oh, don't mention it. Let's just consider the matter closed. Did I ever tell you the one about the guy who came home to find his wife a paraplegic?
Joker, you're a sick bastard.
You there? Calling all cars! Calling all cars! What the hell got you? Crockle the bat! Crockle, boy, are you there? No?
Apparently though, he's going to drown, because, I could have planned that better, but right here we have a Riddler trophy and another Chronicle of Arkham. Let's see if I can hit that. I need to get a little closer? I might need something else before I can get this. It might be just out of range. I'm gonna try one more time. Nope, I need a different upgrade. I don't know which one I need, but I was hoping that I could actually snag it. Let's go ahead and scan then this Chronicle then.
My journey lasted little over a month. Visiting academics in both Metropolis and Keystone, I was exposed to a wealth of new ideas. I began my day returning home in good spirits, eager to see my wife and family. I ended it kneeling in their blood, broken fragments of my life, pouring through dripping red fingers.
That's an image. Alright, I saw quite a few others, yeah. 5 unarmed, which is good. Although they will probably still have bats and stuff. But yeah, you can use this in combat to grab thugs and pull them out of alignment. And I don't remember if it's in this game or the next. But you can use it to disarm thugs with a gun as well. I hate small spaces like this. Oh, come on. I was ready for your counter, you didn't strike, and then as soon as I lose the opportunity to counter, you strike. That's not right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give up on knocking that guy out. Quit tearing things off the wall to hit me with. You guys have way too much health. Alright, it says that as he apparently knocks out the last one. Hey, there's one of those vents I was talking about. Aim the back claw, fire, pull down. No, you can either climb up there and get it, or you should be able to snag it with the back claw. You're gonna make me get up there, huh? I do not like how finicky the R1 command can be.
The only way I could have made that one easier to find is if I strapped it to the hood of that ludicrously ostentatious vehicle of yours.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't, because that's currently at the bottom of the ocean. Hey, there's an interview tape.
You're kidding me, right? That thing's not a man. My God!
Hello. My name is Dr. Gretchen Whistler. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I hear you, bitch. So when's dinner? I'm getting hungry.
Yep, that's Killer Croc, and the sewers is going to be where you find most of his interview tapes, if not all of them. Let's go check him out. Oh shit.
We'll find you. Rip your flesh like paper.
This may honestly be like my favorite incarnation of Killer Croc. He's really good.
According to her bank records, there have been multiple payments starting last April until 2 months ago. Then nothing. The payments came from a company owned by Mr. Jack White.
One of Joker's oldest aliases. So, Joker pays Dr. Young to create his army, and then all of a sudden he stops. Doesn't make any sense.
Interesting. So Dr. White, or Dr. Young, probably didn't know that Joker is financing her. Or maybe she did. We're gonna have to find out more about this. Now we're coming up to one of my least favorite areas in the game. Oh man. I absolutely hate this area. This area right here. The main sewer junction. A puzzle has many sides, but only some are visible. We're going to be coming through here many times. And you're seeing some things that we can get on the way. But honestly, I think that I'm going to take a skip.
This is weird. The payments to Dr. Young's account didn't stop exactly. They were declined. Dr. Young put a block on her account.
Sounds like she had a change of heart. She tried to block the payments. Joker doesn't like it when his partners try to back out.
So he decided to get himself back to Arkham, find his formula, and create the army himself.
Exactly.
I think I'm going to... Well, I'll show you why I hate this area. Look up here. You can't grapple in this area. If you try...
Falling apart. It's not safe to use the grapple. I need to climb up the old-fashioned way.
You get that message. And since this is going to take so much time to get through the first time, I'm probably not going to bother with any pickups to begin with, because I want to talk a little bit about the last boss we just fought, Bane. He only
I've
appeared
hacked into her
once?
email accounts. 2 mails stand out. The first is a resignation letter dated last week. Sounds like she was trying to get away.
And the second?
A message from Joker. Well, Jack White. It's a long thread. She's begging to stop the experiment, says it's too dangerous. He's not listening. Let's see. Random threats to her family, a couple of bad jokes, a picture of a dead baby and a threat.
Go on.
He says, I'm coming for you, I want what I paid for. And then another joke about wheelchairs. Lovely. And a drawing of some kind of donkey.
No mystery why she's so scared. I'm coming up to the surface. I'll find her.
Alright. I want to talk about Bane. Even though he only appeared once in the animated series, I did do a bio on him. It's basically just a summary of his episode, and I figured now's as good a time as any to try to take a look. So don't expect me to snag any more upgrades or anything until we come back. See you guys in a few minutes.
Prepare to meet your master.
Bane's appearance in Batman the Animated Series is fairly well tied to his appearance in the comic books, but there were some small differences. For example, in the animated series, Bane was an inmate serving his own sentence in the Peña Duro prison, not a child serving his father's sentence. The purpose of the prison was to incarcerate the toughest felons in order to have test subjects for a government super soldier program known as Gilgamesh, which experimented on the prisoners by injecting them with a new super steroid known as Venom. Bane would become the project's first and only known success as he responded abnormally well to the steroid, then broke free, killed the scientists, destroyed the lab, and stole the formula for Venom for his own before escaping and becoming a mercenary for hire. Bane would become obsessed with ending the legend of the Batman and get his chance when Rupert Thorne, a local Gotham mob boss, hires him to do just that. However, after arriving in Gotham, Bane plots to take over Thorne's position as Kingpin after taking care of the Batman. And Thorne's secretary Candace doesn't take much convincing to want to join him. Taking Robin hostage, Bane challenges Batman to a fight on a docked freighter known as the Rose's Thorn, and when Batman arrives, Bane seals Robin into a cargo hold and begins filling it with water in order to drown him. Batman stuns and knocks Bane off the ship long enough to free Robin, who then taunts Candace to join him in the hold in a friendly competition of trying to drown each other. Bane returns to the ship thoroughly pissed off and overpowers Batman, but before he can break the bat, Batman triggers a Venom overdose into his body, causing his body and his heart to swell to the point of bursting before Batman manages to cut the Venom supply lines and Bane falls unconscious. Making his way to Thorne's office, Batman unmasks Bane and tells Thorne to do better next time. Bane would only appear in one episode of the animated series, which is somewhat of a shame because I really think he's an interesting villain, and he doesn't get much exposure outside of the comic books. He was voiced by Henry Silva. So yeah, now we're dealing with snipers. Anytime that you hear this music, be aware that there are snipers nearby. You can see them, you may just barely be able to see it. You can see a lot better when we get closer. You can see their sights and how they're looking. It's a thin red line when they've got their gun up. And these are probably one of the more dangerous enemies that you're ever going to be dealing with. Yeah, see that little glitter? That means he is ready to take a shot. And it only takes like 2 shots on normal to take Batman out. Probably takes only 1 on hard. So we're going to have to be really aware of these guys. Now, if you're watching the gameplay, you saw a few things that left behind, as promised. we will be going back to get those teeth and those trophies and things on several visits through the sewer. In fact, or through the caves. In fact, I would almost really like to save the caves until we have all of the upgrades, just so that we only have to make one real pass through the area. And I don't believe that there are any things that we are a point of no return or things that we're going to leave behind by doing so. Also, I don't think we can get that even if we glide. I think we need a different upgrade for that. So yeah, I can't think of any upgrades or anything that you're locked out of in this game, which is actually really good. But here's another interview tape before we go too much further.
Subject has no recorded name, alias listed as the Joker. In the room is Warden Sharp and myself, Dr. Young.
Oh, is this another one of those boring psych evaluation tests?
No, it's not. So, you're the famous Joker.
In the flesh. So, Doc, do you want me to look at the ink blots again? The first one is a kitten I had when I was a child. The second is, let's see, a dead elephant. The third is a...
Funny. Now let's skip the jokes.
Skip the jokes? Hey, Sharpie, didn't she get my permanent record? Be quiet, clown.
Every doctor that has ever interviewed you claims a different type of psychosis. Everything from multiple personality disorders to, well, the list is endless.
I do my best.
Well, I don't believe it. Anything can be cured given a correct treatment.
And you think you can cure me?
Oh, I know I can.
Oh, there's two important things to take away from that. One, Joker found someone she can manipulate, or he can manipulate, and two, Dr. Young is very arrogant. Alright, let's knock these guys out. I like how you went down that hole that I made. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, you got a blade. Blades require a special counter, and I'm not sure you have it in this game, so good luck. You cannot counter blades normally with a triangle. You have to... You can only take on a blade guy by sweeping him like this. So you have to be ready for it. And if you're not, you're going to take a lot of damage. So really, blade guys should be as much of a priority as you can give them. Which is not to say like you can ever give them too much priority, but if the difference is like knocking one out and taking damage, you know, make the choice. Depending on your health. Me, I would knock them out and take the damage from somebody else, but that may not always be feasible. Alright, we need to get back into the Arkham Mansion, which I believe is intensive no, it's over here. I thought it was intensive treatment, and I was very wrong. I have noticed in my playthrough of the game that generally the teeth will tell you which way to go. So if you're ever lost, look for, and you don't want to pull up a map, look for the teeth. But we'll head for Arkham East next time, guys. I think we're going to call it an episode for today. So, as always, thanks for coming out and joining me today. I very much appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a little like. It really helps the channel out and makes me feel good about myself and gives me that little extra bit of motivation to keep uploading these videos. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more of my work, click the subscribe button, because I upload at least once, sometimes twice a day. And if you have any hints, tips, or tricks, or you just want to talk Batman, leave me a comment down below. Thanks again for coming out and joining me, and you guys have a great day. Later!